Well, here we are on Friday. We're going to be looking at the first kind of 15 verses of Numbers chapter 11. And I just want to start with the words that every parent loves to hear on a road trip. Are we there yet? Here is where we see the nation of Israel again, just complain. Which is more than the kids, are we there yet? Because there's just no concept of time and distance. Even though they asked 2.5 minutes ago, they're in a different place. The nation has been moving along. It's been a year from the Exodus, a little bit more, and they haven't seen the promised land yet. They're not there yet. They start grumbling. It's like, God rescued us from Egypt. We thought it'd be easier. We thought we'd be there already. Are we there yet? This isn't easy. This isn't comfortable. Again, I know I make this joke a lot, but there's an element here where it's kind of true. I mean, they're camping and they're tired of camping. I think most even ardent campers at some point want to come back home or have a stable place. They don't have to set up and take down and all that over and over. They just want to be settled. Israel wasn't settled yet. They're still on the journey. So they complain, the food, we have manna. Manna gets a little boring after a while. And so we want meat in Egypt. As slaves, we had meat. Here we're in the wilderness. We got no meat. And Moses, he hears the people complaining every day. And before Moses gets angry, verse 10, the Lord became exceedingly angry. The word picture in the Hebrew is he got a hot nose. Don't know why that was kind of the picture in ancient Israel or the ancient world, but if your nose got hot, you're angry. God has a hot nose. And Moses is concerned because what might this mean? And so he goes to God and says, God, what are you doing? Why am I the one who has to listen to all of this? Kind of an interesting response. It's like, God, what did I do to upset you that you gave me these people to lead? Could pick someone else to lead. Maybe could have picked a different nation. Maybe pick just some of them. It's like Moses going, God, these people are not my responsibility. I don't want to have to listen to this. They're your responsibility. That is a response I'm not sure we're quite comfortable with necessarily. God didn't seem to be upset by it, though. We need to remember there's a number of the Psalms that complaints are brought to God. And we can come to God and say, God, what are you doing? Are we there yet? We can bring our questions because we're in covenant with God. He's our King. He's our Father. And so we have to be prepared for the answer. But we can bring our complaints to God. We can bring our challenges to God. We can bring our questions to God. And we should be. And we should be giving freedom for other people to be doing so as well, especially within the body, the fellowship of the followers of Jesus. God gives a response. Let's give him some meat. And so God is going that he'll send quail. And we'll look and see that answer another day. But I just want to focus on just that Moses complaining to God and this thought. Following God isn't easy. And it's not going to happen on your schedule and according to your agenda. God's not going to shape you in the time frame that you want him to shape you. God's going to shape you. God's going to move you. God's going to bless you. God's going to, cause maybe times of hardship according to his purposes and according to his timetable. The issue is, are we going to trust him? See, there's the difference between Israel and Moses here. Israel is not exactly trusting God. They want to go back to Egypt. They knew where they could get a meal. They knew they had a hut. They had a stable house there. They knew Egypt. They trusted what Egypt would bring. They weren't trusting what God was going to bring tomorrow. Moses, even though he's complaining and just says some strong questions to God, is still trusting God because he's looking to God for the answers. And he's trusting that God will bring good. Where are you at today? What's going on? I mean, I obviously can't know what's going on for each and every one of you. I don't even know who's listening to this. But I know that God knows. And I know that God is willing to listen. And so if you have questions, you have challenges, you need to have kind of that, God, you and I got to talk about some stuff because I'm struggling, or I'm angry, or I'm confused. Take it to him. He wants you to bring all your heart to him. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. And today would you know his peace, even in the midst of whatever you're going through. God bless.